Hi everyone, welcome back to Brain Dump. My name is Kai, and this is a show where I talk about pretty much whatever the fuck I want to talk about. So today, I'm going to be talking about Life is Strange Reunion. Another Life is Strange episode. Isn't that so exciting? Aren't you so glad that I'm talking about Life is Strange yet again? Game came out last month. I wanted to wait until I played it at least 2 times to, fully give my review on it. And overall, I really liked this game. Okay, here's my thing. Double Exposure was a game. That's a statement for sure. I didn't hate it. I know a lot of people didn't like Double Exposure. I played it like 6 times, and I honestly, I think I said this in my episode about Double Exposure, but it was a good game. I just don't think it was an overly good Life is Strange game. Life is Strange just has that standard, and Reunion definitely lived up to that standard. Firstly, the soundtrack. That's another thing in Double Exposure. It was good. It was always good. The soundtrack has always been good in every single Life is Strange game. You can't deny that. Name a Life is Strange game that doesn't have a good soundtrack. I'll wait. There's not one. But the vibes, I really enjoyed the vibes of this game. I liked the just atmosphere of Caledon when it's not wintertime. I thought that was, I don't know, the vibes were just nice. And I liked that Tessa Rose Jackson also made some songs for this soundtrack again, because I'm pretty sure she did most of the songs in Double Exposure, and it was just really good. So I really enjoyed the soundtrack to this game. That's probably one of my top favorite qualities about this game. I specifically like Past Life by Tessa Rose Jackson. I thought that one was really good. I Just Wanna Feel is another good one. Also, the fact that they use I'll Die Anyway by Girl in Red, great song. Great song for the title sequence part of the game. I thought that was a good touch for sure. So I just kind of put stuff in my notes as I was playing. I'm going to get to my endings and stuff because I've played it in full twice. I'm on my 3rd playthrough right now, but I haven't quite finished that one yet. I loved that the game started out as playing Chloe. I didn't like how after that you didn't see Chloe for 2 hours, at least. There was a good 2-hour chunk in the beginning of the game where you don't see Chloe at all, which it bothered me a little bit because it was okay, I'm 2 hours into this game and Max and Chloe still haven't reunited in the game that's called Reunion, And I get it. We're building up to it. It's a 10-hour game, She was in the majority of the game, I'm not gonna say that she just wasn't in it, but it just felt a little come on, where's Chloe at, I said, what does Max think she's gonna do driving back to the campus in the fire? Okay, Moses is there's a fire, it's really bad, stay away from campus. She's I'm on my way. Okay, this is one thing I've okay, we kind of knew this about Max, but in this game specifically, Max has a hella hero complex. It's bad. And I've looked at all the endings. Also, this is gonna be so many spoilers, by the way, if you couldn't already tell. I've gotten 2 different endings so far, but I was looking at other endings on YouTube before I recorded this episode because I just wanted to see what all the outcomes could have been. And there is an outcome where you give the picture at the end to Max and she either destroys it or she goes back in time. And in the ending where I gave the photo back to Max, she didn't go back in time. So I wonder what kind of choices you have to make throughout the game to make her want to go back and redo the whole fire thing again. I have a feeling, but I don't know because I actually didn't do any research on how to get that ending. But I have a feeling that if Safi dies, she probably still goes back in time if given that opportunity. Okay. So, jumping back to the original Life is Strange, which I know had nothing to do with this game, so it's obviously going to be different, and Double Exposure was different, but in the original game, there were so many, little minuscule interactions that Max had with just, NPCs, just random side characters that you probably are never going to talk to again, that she has to use her rewind power to, gain some knowledge in the conversation and then, go back and do it right. And there were definitely moments like that in this game, but I think that was what was so charming about the first game. is that there was all these little moments, and I think that it was kind of lacking in this game, those little moments with side characters. There were so many NPCs in this game that you just can't interact with, and that's one thing I really loved about True Colors, is that you can interact with so many people, and if you can't like talk to them, you can literally read their mind. So I thought that was great about True Colors, but in this game it just seemed like it was lacking that. Just a little side quest, like when you find Dana's pregnancy test in her dorm room in the first Life is Strange. Like, there was nothing like that in this game, you know? I really did like that there were some scenes where you can choose the dialogue for Max and Chloe. I thought that was a really, really cool touch. The writing in this game was a lot more natural than Double Exposure. That's like one of the first things that I noticed. I was like, this seems more like the conversations are flowing, and that was nice. I think there was a big change in the writers between Double Exposure and Reunion, so that probably has something to do with it. But yeah, it seemed a lot more natural, and I really enjoyed that aspect of the game as well. I hated how much they split up. Like, there was so many, like, yes, it's called Reunion. Max and Chloe reunited, and for the most part, you know, they have scenes going on together, but there was a lot of the game that they were just like not together, and I wish that, you know, since we knew this was the final Max and Chloe game, I wish that there was more interactions between them. Okay, this is one thing, it's such a non-issue, but they got rid of crosstalk, and I hated that, because like in Double Exposure, that was honestly probably one of my favorite aspects of Double Exposure, that you take the pictures as Max and then you upload them to crosstalk, and she has her little smart captions that she does because she's a smart ass, and I don't know why they got rid of it. I really enjoyed that part of Double Exposure. My favorite scene in this game was when Max was high on whatever the fuck was in the blood wine mushrooms, I think, and Max and Chloe were in the basement, and that whole scene where, you know, Max gets a little emotional there, that is my favorite scene in the game. I thought it was really well done. I love Hannah Tell. I'm a Hannah Tell fan at heart. She's so great. And I think the best just acting in that game came from that scene. Per usual, it was a beautiful game, just like the scenery and just visually very appealing. That's one thing that also, like, along with the soundtrack, just the visual aspect of it, Life is Strange never misses that. Like, overall, I really did enjoy this game, and I have a new Life is Strange game ranking that I'm going to give you guys, and it kind of shocked me the way I ranked these games. Going into this game, I wanted to have a positive mindset. I think I talked about that in my episode about Reunion before Reunion came out. I wanted to go into it with a really, like, you know, positive mindset, because like I know this is going to be Max and Chloe's last game, so I'm gonna, you know, go into it hoping I'm going to like it and have an open mind when it comes to like what's going to happen in the game. And I think having that mindset really helped me out, because there were certain parts of the game where I was like, oh, but for the most part I didn't have those moments. I had a lot of those moments in Double Exposure. And the plot of this game I thought was going to be more confusing, because, you know, you can make a choice of if a character is dead or alive, and like I feel like that would have been really confusing, but the way they went about it, I think they did really well. And Double Exposure just had all these really confusing moments and a lot of plot holes that were never resolved, and this game just didn't have any of that. Like I don't have any lingering questions. Like, I know that Max and Chloe are on the road right now. Like, there was no confusion when it came to the different timelines just merging together. I think that playing Double Exposure beforehand kind of helped it make sense, because there are two timelines that you're working with, and I feel like I would have been a little confused of like the logistics of that if I didn't play Double Exposure before. But yeah, okay, this is my new ranking of Life is Strange. I think I haven't done a ranking since, I don't think I gave one in Double Exposure, in my episode about Double Exposure. I just gave one in my original episode that I just talked about Life is Strange. So number 6 is Double Exposure. Again, I don't think any of the Life is Strange games are bad, but in my opinion, that's the worst Life is Strange game. 5, guys, I hate to do it, but Life is Strange 2. Like I said, there is no bad Life is Strange game, but that's just kind of where Life is Strange 2 is falling on the list right now, and I hate that, because that game is so prevalent, especially in today's world. It is very important for people to play that game and to understand just everything that's going on in that game. But I just have my preferences, and number 4 is Life is Strange True Colors. 3 is Reunion. That's where I place that. 2 is Before the Storm, and then 1, it's just, number 1's always going to be the original game. It's just too good. These are my final choices, right? Okay, in my first playthrough, these are the characters that I didn't save in the fire. Owen, Noelle, Jeanette, and Vin. Guys, I killed Vin. And I didn't know that Safi could have died. She didn't die in either of my playthroughs. In my second playthrough, I didn't save Noelle and Jeanette. Those were the 2 characters that I didn't save. And I know how I could have saved Noelle. I found the gas mask too late. So, and I honestly don't know how to save Jeanette. I'm going to have to figure that out. Because I want to, guys, I love getting a platinum trophy for Life is Strange games. So I'm trying to get all those trophies there. I think I'm like at 56%, and I've played the game. I'm on my 3rd playthrough of the game. Here are like my big choices from my first playthrough. I failed to stop the admin building fire because I think I suspected the bartender, because that's like that choice is depending on who you suspect as Chloe. I think I suspected the bartender the first time. In my second playthrough, obviously I knew it was Ren, so I was able to stop it. I also failed to stop the Abraxas house fire in the first playthrough because as Max, I suspected Safi instead of Vin. Second playthrough, I stopped that fire because I knew it was Vin. In the first playthrough, I wasn't able to learn the truth about the observatory fire. I don't know what exactly I did differently in the second playthrough that showed me that Safi lit a cigarette and put it in the trash can, which, hello, what the fuck? Are you stupid? Anyway, but yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there to why I didn't get that in the first playthrough, but yeah, I did see that Safi was the reason for that. In my first playthrough, this is like the final choice, I destroyed the photo, and the second playthrough, just to see what would happen, I gave the photo to Max, and I think that I would always destroy the photo, because like I said, Max has such a hero complex, and I feel like that would just stress that girl out. And on the rooftop, who says it? I don't know if it's Moses or Chloe. They're like, that photo's long gone. And it's like, she's good. If that photo's gone, like, she's never gonna think about it. But like, now you're giving her this choice, and I feel like that's just an unnecessary level of stress for Max. And for the final choice, I get why they did this. Like, it really didn't make much of a difference for like the outcome of Max and Chloe's life following the end of the story, because they're both on the road no matter what at the end, which I thought was good. I think if it was like the end of the first game, where if it's like one character dies or a whole town dies, like, those are very drastic differences. But for this game, I'm kind of glad that they went with choices that weren't going to make too much of a difference of their future, because it's like, oh, we know exactly what they're doing. Max and Chloe are good. They're on the road. Like, it was a happy ending overall. So yeah, that's my review of Life is Strange Reunion. Overall, if I'd had to rate it, I would give it 4.5 stars. Yeah, out of 5. I liked the game. What can I say? Like, I thought, like, I'm replaying it and I'm excited to replay it. I love Life is Strange. We know this, guys. We know this information. So, yeah. Let me think what else has been going on. I'm sorry for not being consistent with my episodes. I've had a lot going on in my life. I've been performing a lot lately, just a lot of live music going on, and I performed at Eddie's Attic, which is, I don't know if you guys knew this, so John Mayer, right? Dear John, we know who John Mayer is. He performed at this open mic night at Eddie's Attic, which is a listening room in Decatur, Georgia. And they have like this competition at every open mic where they choose 3 finalists, and then they choose one winner to like perform at this like showdown at the end of the year. I think they do like 2 a year. And so I performed and I was selected as one of the finalists. And so when John Mayer did it, he like won the whole thing, but I got selected as one of the finalists, which I thought was really cool. So I was able to play an additional song, and it's all like original stuff. So it was a really cool experience, and I met like so many nice people. I made so many friends while I was there. And yeah, it was an awesome environment. I'm going back on Monday to do another open mic, so I'm super excited about that. I've been going to physical therapy a lot more, and that's been helping with a lot of my neck and back pain. Still having a lot of pain. Don't know how I can stop that, but it definitely is helping. All the stretches that I still do, even if I'm not going to physical therapy today, I'm still doing my stretches like on a daily basis, because it does help a lot. So yeah, book of the week is Go Ask Alice by Anonymous. I didn't know this was a very old book, but I was reading it and my mom was like, I read that in high school. So it's an old book. Not saying my mom's old, but you know, she's in her 50s and she read it when she was in high school. So do the math there. Songs of the week, No Woman by Whitney Is it just Whitney? I don't know. I just wrote Whitney. Past Life by Tessa Rose Jackson, and I'll Die Anyway by Girl in Red. So, yeah, thanks for listening to me yap about Life is Strange again. You know, I will be doing it for every single game. And, also, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, they were like, on the year anniversary, we have a very special announcement. I think that's like April 15th. I don't remember. But, guys, I'm really excited. I will keep you posted on what the fuck happens there. So anyway, thanks for listening and being here and watching on YouTube if you are. Remember that you're loved, valued, and appreciated in this world, and I love you.